Yo, what's up everyone? We are diving into some of the sickest manhwa, manhua and manga out there, all featuring OP main characters who basically break the game. If you're all about overpowered heroes, epic battles and crazy powers, then you are gonna love this list. So, let's jump right into these wild stories and find your next favorite read. Next is Beholder of the Abbies. Imagine surviving a massacre hidden by gods and growing up with a second, terrifying version of yourself inside your head. That's the life of the MC in Beholder of the Abbies, a seemingly normal high school student by day and an absolutely terrifying exorcist by night, or well, whenever things go sideways, which is often. 15 years after a dark ritual wiped out a hidden city, a single baby survived. That baby? Now a teen caught between two identities, the kind naive kid just trying to live his life and the overpowered emotionless Abbies walker ready to exorcise literal demons without flinching. The duality makes for some epic moments. One second he's confused, the second he's melting monsters with his glare. It's creepy, stylish and genuinely intense. The art goes from soft to cinematic insanity during battles, and even though the pacing can wobble a bit, the tension never dies. If you're into MCs who don't even realize how terrifyingly strong they are, especially when they black out and wake up surrounded by carnage, Beholder of the Abbies is definitely one to check out. Next is we have Earth Captain School Life. Earth Captain School Life is about the Earth's most powerful being who is straight up addicted to fighting. He ends up in the body of a high schooler just to get his fix of some real action and thrills again. Meanwhile, there is the Earth's guardian who has been sealed by other gods but now wants to level up in his new body and throw down with those gods for real. The story is all about battles, power-ups and the hype of facing god-level foes while living a kinda normal school life. If you're into OP MCs who love a good fight and don't mind some godly drama, then this one is worth checking out. Next one is Gangnam Dokkaebi. Gangnam Dokkaebi is about Ki-Mok, a student with the rare blood of gold who suddenly becomes a target for man-eating goblins called Dokkaebis. These goblins, usually bound by rules to help humans, are now free to hunt students, and Ki-Mok's blood is key to their power. The story feels kinda rushed and bit all over the place. It's basically a non-stop battle between goblins wanting to eat Ki-Mok and others trying to protect him. The characters didn't really grab me, and I didn't feel much attached to them. With that said, it's a bit different from the usual isekai or tower manhwas flooding the market lately. If you're looking for something with a goblin twist, it might be worth a pick. Plus, there is a funny lonely god reference early on that made me chuckle. Next is the Great Wilderness. Great Wilderness drops you into a brutal world where 10 deadly tunnels appear out of nowhere. Anyone who survives one gets crazy rewards, but here is the twist. 9 of them have been cleared and the 10th still undefeated and killing off cultivators like flies. That's where our MC comes in, ready to take on the final mystery and break through what no one else could. The dude has got a solid vibe, smart, grounded, not your typical hothead. Side characters actually matter too. The fighting scenes are pretty fire. The regular scenes, kinda old but nothing deal-breaking. If you're into cultivation stories with mystery, action, and a no behind-the-scene leads, this is one worth diving into, even if the art is a bit retro. Moving on, we have How a Catastrophic Necromancer Retires. How a Catastrophic Necromancer Retires follows Han Ji-hyuk, a legendary necromancer who saved a whole continent and just wants to chill back on Earth. But surprise, Earth is way different than he remembers, and his peaceful retirement? Yeah, that's not happening. Unlike typical solo leveling stories, this one is low on non-stop action and heavy on smart business moves. It's a fresh take with clean storytelling and has no annoying side plot dragging it down. If you're into a manhwa that hooks you with cool characters, beautiful art, and a story that pulls you in so deep you forget the real world, then this one is definitely worth a shot. It's chill but still keeps you curious chapter after chapter. Okay, now we have I Am Not the Villain. I Am Not the Villain follows Cain von Usled, grandson of the first king who unified the continent. From a young age, he is told that he is destined to become a notorious villain, but his grandpa refuses to accept that fate and raises Cain to be strong enough to fight destiny itself. After 13 years of training and traveling across multiple continents, Cain finally sets off his own adventure to prove he can change his future. The start is pretty solid and interesting, but after chapter 15, things get messy. Random power-ups and people from Cain's past just shows up out of nowhere while Cain himself stays weak. It kinda gets frustrating and feels all over the place. Still, worth a glance if you like destiny-defying stories. Next is Infinity Mailman. One day, he receives a bizarre package from hell and a mysterious stamp album. Sounds harmless, right? But the second he signs up for it, his life spirals into the infinity world, a place where logic unravels and power comes to a psychological cost. The catch? He's not always himself. The main character jumps between personalities and realities, his mind a battlefield as much as the outside world. He forgets, transforms, regresses, but somehow he always adapts like his madness is a weapon in itself. And yeah, he sleeps in a coffin, because apparently that's his therapist's idea of self-care. If you are into psychological thrillers with mysterious powers, shifting identities, and a main character who might just break the fourth wall or break your brain, Infinity Mailman is a chaotic ride you don't want to miss. Starting off with my years as a taoist. Imagine growing up surrounded by ghosts, literally, not for the spooky Halloween kind. I'm talking bloodthirsty, vengeful spirits clinging to you since birth. Chen Chengi, a kid cursed or maybe blessed with the ability to see and attract ghosts. Snake spirits, hungry ghosts, wrathful souls, you name it, they follow him like shadows. But instead of getting exorcised or getting mad, his master tells him one thing: you are meant to be a taoist. Armed with taoist spells, ancient seals, and more grit than most cultivators twice his age, Chen doesn't just survive the ghostly world. He becomes a walking nightmare for spirits. With every ghost encounter, he grows sharper, deadlier, and more in tune with the mysterious powers that haunt him. If you're into MCs who starts off cursed and end up blessed with insane ghost-slaying skills, my years as a taoist deserves a spot on your reading list. Next is we have Reverse Tower Dungeon. Reverse Tower Dungeon throws you right into chaos. 1 minute Daichi is a broke web novelist and next his world literally flips. Buildings turns inside out, magic circles appear and monsters from his own novel come to life. Oh, and he runs into his old high school crush mid-apocalypse. This isn't your typical dungeon crawler. The concept is wild, the art goes hard during fights, and the settling feels fresh. Daichi ain't some edgy OP guy, just a decent dude trying to survive a nightmare he accidentally wrote. Character growth is a bit slow, but the vibes and tensions stay strong. If you're into trippy story-driven action with a cool twist on the usual dungeon setup, then this one is definitely worth checking out. And last but not the least, we have Leviathan. Leviathan throws you into a flooded world where humanity survives on ships surrounded by deadly sea monsters. Siblings Bota and Lita live with their dad, scavenging what's left of civilization. When they spot a mysterious building and a figure that's not quite human, things get intense real quick. The story follows their dangerous journey through this watery apocalypse, facing brutal monsters and harsh realities. Heads up, it's graphic as hell, with plenty of you know what I mean, right? And some seriously creepy sea creatures. If you're into dark, gripping tales with stunning full of color art that keeps you hooked and on edge, Leviathan is definitely worth diving into. Just don't get too comfy, it's a wild ride.